Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. So let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
I just want to say that today's guest, I mean, it's an honor and a privilege. I am humbled.
Oh, my God.
I mean, what a life. I mean, you're like major. Everyone. So when I book in advance and then I have to call and book the studio. And I got so many emails like, oh, my God, really? I just saw her show. Oh, my God. Is she really coming in? And even the guy that came in to set up the,
he was really
the
excited.
Equipment was really excited. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for such a gigantor treat.
Oh, thank you.
The one, the only, Renee Taylor is here! Yay!
Oh, my God. Thank you. What an
Renee!
introduction. I could never live up to that.
Yes, you can. Now, many people, I mean, I know you from before the Nanny. Before,
Me too.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I'm a
Okay.
little faggot, short and stout.
All right. So you played, Fran's mom on the
Yeah.
Nanny. But you have your life, and you now have a show off Broadway, My Life on a Diet, about your life on a diet. But it's really about your life
Right.
and your relationship with food,
Yeah.
which is all I think about 24 hours a day. Like, I am obsessed with food. Like, when I was reading about you, I was like, oh, my God, she is... Like, what do you think it is that I think about food all the time. Like, that's my only reward. Like, that is my love reward.
Do you really want to go into that now?
I guess that's a no.
This session could be very
I know.
long.
Well,
I've had 22 years of therapy, and I could take you through
is it all about food? Is it?
No.
No, it has nothing to do with food.
No, it's just like
Love.
in AA that the thirst is really
Right.
a thirst for spirituality. That's
Right.
really what it is.
But food is spiritual.
yes, but
Challah.
it's a search for
Yeah.
something much deeper than
Right.
food. It's love. It's the Jewish star.
Yes.
You know what it really means?
This is the Jew bell, by the way. Anything Jewish, we ring the bell. Okay.
Okay.
So the two triangles,
The
you're
two
saying.
triangles: self-love, self-acceptance,
Mm-hmm.
self-worth. It's
Which is interesting because most Jews I know hate themselves. Think they're pieces of shit. And,
self-love,
Yeah.
self-hate,
Self-hate.
self-contempt, self-judgment.
That's why they needed the symbol to remind themselves.
Yeah. So, Renee, let's start from the beginning. Now, you were born in the Bronx
Yes.
to Charles and Frida
Wexler.
Wexler. But your
Pelham
mother's...
Parkway, not just the Bronx.
Oh, all right. Pelham Parkway. And your mother's maiden name was Silverstein.
So
Jew!
My father's maiden name was Wexler.
And that's funny. And what did he do for a living?
He started out wanting to be a silent screen cowboy.
Really?
And I talk about it in the show. He
Right.
couldn't ride horses.
Right.
Couldn't act.
Right.
Didn't know how to hold a gun.
Right.
But he had
The big
chaps.
Oh, chaps.
So he went to California to get in the movies, and he did. He was in one time.
He left the Bronx and
Yeah.
went. Was he born here or in Russia?
Russia. No,
Okay.
he was born on the boat coming over.
Really?
Yeah.
So what kind of citizen? So he was an American citizen, or
Yeah.
if you're born in the middle of the ocean, what country do you
If
belong
it's close to the shore, I think you're American.
Oh, very nice. So Sarah Palin. All right. So and then he went out to California and came back.
Yeah.
Wow. Did they think he was crazy for going out? His parents think he was crazy
Yeah,
for
but
going,
he wanted to be in the movies.
and nothing happened.
Well, he was in a Tom Mix movie, and he died in the movie, in the
Oh,
battlefield.
I thought he died.
Yeah,
Period.
so, and my mother was very taken with that
Right.
because my mother had a secret yearning to be a star of the silver.
Really?
Yeah,
So she stayed home with you in the Bronx, or no?
in the Bronx, but
Yeah.
she always told me I was destined for great things. She believed in horoscope and
Wow.
yeah, and she did my horoscope when I was born and told me I was going to be a great superstar.
Well, she was right.
Almost.
What do you mean almost?
She only became a legend.
Yeah. Okay. So then you went to public school,
Yes, PS 105 in the Bronx.
and then were you popular? Were you?
No, they put the stickers in my hair. I remember crying.
What kind of stickers?
You know, those stickers that grow.
Oh, like the things that we used to throw at each other as kids.
Yeah, yeah.
They'd fall off the tree, the little sticker balls.
Oh yeah. Why?
I don't know, maybe because I was Jewish
Mm-hmm.
and maybe they were,
Jealous?
yeah, but also better than.
No, they weren't. They're assholes. I hate
No,
them.
but they think.
Yeah, they think they are.
They're better than.
Yeah, go fuck them. What
Higher
are they
than
doing now,
thou.
those motherfuckers? Paying to see tickets. Paying to see you. Paying
That's
a
right.
lot of fucking money.
That's right.
Okay. So then, did you go to college?
No, I was lucky. I went to Miami Beach. We lived there.
Right.
And then I came back because we didn't have the money to pay the rent because my father was a bad gambler. That's in the show.
Right.
So in the middle of the night, we always left and came back to New York.
Right.
We'd go to Miami Beach. Then in the middle of the night, we'd come back because we lost everything. He lost everything gambling.
Now, that's horrible. Did he have a job?
Well, he was called a weatherman,
Uh-huh.
which was whether he wanted to work or not.
Right.
And whether
And-
he wanted to do something or not. He had a lot of big dreams. So
Right.
So he always just got it worked enough to go to card games,
Right.
the Elks Club, to become a gambler.
Wow. That's very un-Jewy. Don't
Really?
you think? Or no? Is that
To
Jew?
be there are a lot of Jewish gamblers.
Isn't the
Kazan's
dreidel?
Yeah.
father was a bookie.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised. Yeah.
And, Gabe Kaplan, who was Welcome Back Kotta,
Uh-huh.
he is not allowed. They paid him off to not go into a casino because he knows. He counts the cards because he's really smart. All right. Anyway, so then, first acting job.
My first acting job. Oh, I was a slave girl in the Purim pageant.
I wanted to be King Achashverosh because I'm a lesbian. But so I used to be like, I want to be King Achashverosh, and they're like, no, you're going to be Queen Esther. I'm like, no, I want to be. Yeah, you were a slave in the Purim play.
Yeah,
That's great.
And I still belly dance.
Wow.
So that was my first job,
Nice.
belly dancing across stage. But I just faked it.
Right, and then
Melvin Douglas was the king.
really,
Yeah.
wow. So in 1968, are you married yet? In 1968,
No.
you're not married yet.
Well, no, I was married.
Bill
in
is saying you're married.
1965. I was
Okay, so you were married. Okay.
Yeah.
So you meet your unbelievably talented husband. May
Yeah.
he rest in peace. I'm so sorry for your loss.
thanks.
Joe Bologna. Not Jewish. Now, were your parents upset that
Not
you...
necessarily not Jewish.
Really?
Yes, because now when we went to Bologna,
Right.
it turns out Jews took the name Bologna. So when we went there, they thought he was Jewish and I was Italian.
Really?
Yeah. So he was part Jewish. We're all Jewish.
I
you know what
know.
I mean? We're all nomads and we're all
Right.
Jewish and
Right.
we're all
Except for Donald Trump.
yeah. Well, he might be.
No, I
the
don't
lost
want
tribe.
him to be.
He could be the lost tribe.
No, the Lost Tribe is African American.
Well, we're all part African American.
That's true. We are
Yeah.
all from Africa.
Yeah, I know, but
And Egypt, we all started there.
All right.
Kemet.
You know what? You're getting on my nerves.
Okay, one
sorry.
thing, though, I do have some feedback and questions from the audience whenever you have a
Okay,
chance.
what?
Oh, you want it now?
No, I don't really want it. I want to get into her life. But-
Great. Barbara Silber says, this is from Facebook Live, says, can't wait to hear this one. Nikki Luongo says, is she planning on writing a book? She has written a book and a play, but
Yeah.
another one?
Okay,
I don't
Nikki.
know.
Yes, I am.
You are?
I'm going to write the next thing I'm going to do is called The Book of Joe, and it's about my relationship with him, and that continues even after his death. I have a very romantic relationship.
I can't. I am going. I have questions about that. How
Okay.
two people in show business can have such a strong, amazing bond and work together. Like it's not. It doesn't happen.
No, we just had a lot of fun. You have to not take it seriously.
Right.
I was just telling Bill this morning, the first job that we ghost was How to Be a Jewish Mother. And
Right.
we were sitting in a car in the snow, and the reviewer said this was ghosted by Renee and Joe, which you're not supposed to say
Right.
when
Right.
the show
Right.
is ghosted.
Right.
And he said, we hear they're married. It's a good thing they are because they have each other. It's the only thing they have. And I was crying, oh, we don't have anything but each other. And he said, look, if that's all we ever have is each other, that's pretty great. And that's the kind of guy
Oh,
he
who was this fucking asshole that wrote that?
Somebody on the, I shouldn't say who, but it was somebody, the producer, I don't know.
Is
You're
it?
not
Is the
supposed to
person?
say
I know.
who
Is that
wrote
person
it.
alive?
I don't think so.
Maybe
Good.
they're a ghost.
Dead.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
So you graduate high school.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When do you start performing?
Graduate high school, came to New York to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Right.
And then when I got out of the academy, I was an extra in a lot of B movies.
Right. In New York?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of B movies. Cop Hater, The Mugger,
Right.
Street of Sinners.
Right.
I was an extra. And then when I was 19, I was in a restoration play, The Rehearsal, written by George Villiers, the Duke of Buckingham, and others. That's the credit.
And others, which means he didn't write a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Probably it's
Yeah.
William Shakespeare and
Right.
others.
Yeah, right?
Oh, it's not William Shakespeare at all, if you ask me. But
Really?
I'm writing a show on that.
Okay, great. Not about you. Go. It's all about Renee today. Yeah.
Starring Renee.
Oh, what was the question?
Okay, so you did B movies, and then
And then,
now you did comedy.
you know what? I did. There used to be a magazine called Show Business, Leo Schul's Show Business.
Right.
It's probably before your time.
Right.
And I would look at the ads. If they needed a singer, a dancer, a comic,
Right.
whatever they needed, I would
Right.
go there and be that.
Wow.
Yeah. I never danced. They said they're looking for French dancers. I went there. They needed singers. I never sang. I went there.
Did they
and sang.
ever say, "Get the fuck out of
Yes,
here"?
a lot of times. I just picked myself up.
That is like, I love your mother for putting that in you, that you're going to be the great. Do you think that was what did it? That she was so like, you're destined for greatness, that you.
Maybe, because I always would say I've been thrown out of better places
Right.
than this.
That's such a good attitude. Now, was she a good cook, your mother?
No.
Terrible?
Joe would say, I'll do anything. Don't make me eat your mother's
Really?
food." Anything, because her recipe is you put a flanken in a pot with
Yeah.
some water.
Flonkin. Yeah.
And when it's burnt,
Yeah.
it's ready.
I also read that she used to put a can of green beans in the pot and burn them.
Yes,
Yeah.
she did that. When it's dry, it's not dry enough. When the water's gone, He said, don't
Oh,
make me eat
my
your mother's food.
God.
So the first time he came to dinner at my apartment, I said, come to my apartment. I'm going to make you dinner. And I gave him some champagne, and then I gave him spaghetti. And he said, what the hell is this? Is this spaghetti from a can? I said, yeah. He said, you give an Italian spaghetti from a can? I said, it's Chef Boyardee. I didn't really know anything about it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Let's get Phil Rosenthal on here.
Yeah. So, you worked at the Bonsoir, and Barbara Streisand
Oh, yeah.
opened for you.
Opened for me.
They said she opened for you,
Oh, right.
and then
When I met her years
Yeah.
later,
I love this
I
story.
said, remember, but this will go no further than this network.
Right.
Okay. Years later, I said to her, I opened for you. And I made some kind of a joke.
right.
And now, I don't know. I made some kind of a joke. And now I said, you'd open for me or something.
Right.
And she said, hardly.
No,
That was a joke. But
Yeah.
I was joking, but she didn't get the
she
joke.
didn't trick. Yeah, because she takes her. She cloned her dog. That's all you need to know about her. That she had a dog, and then she wanted another dog exactly like it, which she could have gotten because they're all look the fucking same. But then she clones
I
her
know,
dog.
but what about the soul? What about where does the soul come from when you're cloning?
Yeah,
It's different.
it's a different dog.
Different soul.
I know. Okay, so I heard that she opened for you, and then years later you met her, and she was doing some of your jokes.
No.
That's what I read.
Actually, she remembered my routine.
Right.
And when I saw her, she and Marilyn Bergman used
Oh,
to do it.
yeah.
And she'd say, Marilyn, let's do Renee's routine.
Oh.
And she did the routine. Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Hardly. So, okay.
Maybe
So
she was joking.
Maybe. Yeah.
she seems very happy-go-lucky. So,
She has a pretty dry
and
sense
I'm
of
a
humor.
Jewish girl from New Jersey. Like she was, that's what every Jewish girl was like.
Yeah, but
I'm
she
gonna be,
had a hard life. You
yeah.
don't know about
the
her
father.
upbringing.
Yeah, terrible.
The mother, the this,
the
that.
stepfather.
Yeah.
Terrible. Just terrible.
She had like a Cinderella child.
Yeah. All right. Well, now she's fine. Okay.
I hope so.
Okay. So, how did you meet Joe?
We had the same manager, Buddy Allen, and he said, I'm going to introduce you to somebody you're going to have a comedy rapport with.
Oh, so the manager knew that you guys would get along.
Yeah. And so I met him.
Where did you meet?
In his office.
Uh-huh.
And I walked in. As I was walking towards Joe,
Yeah.
I said, this is it. This is the man I'm going to marry.
No way.
Yeah. This is it.
Did he know too?
No. He said to himself, this woman's looking at me very funny. Because I was doing, did you know Swami Muktananda? Mm-mm. Well, like the Swami would do like boing.
Right.
That's how it was when I saw Joe.
It was like boing.
Your
okay.
eyeballs
Boing.
popped out of your head.
So what was
Boing.
so you meet in the office? When do you meet again the next time? Like what?
I was working on a comedy album then called Sex and the Simple Girl.
Right.
It was a satire on Sex and the Single Girl.
Right.
And so he was going to meet me. He came with his party, Rudy DeLuca, who now works with Mel Brooks.
Oh.
And he was going to, they were going to I was going to hire them to work on my album with me.
Right.
And so they came over my house, and when they were leaving, Joe said, well, which one do you want to come back? And I said, you.
Oh.
So he came back that night, hours later, and he said he was expecting me to be in a negligee or something. And I had changed my blouse.
Right. That was it.
And we just talked all the time. We just talked, and I had some routines that I would do for him.
Yeah.
And what I loved about him was he laughed at places that no one else laughed at.
So he really got you.
Yeah.
So you had a boyfriend, I understand, who you were in a show, and you come home, and he's in your dress.
No, I rented a costume that I
Right.
was going to wear.
Okay. The internet sucks.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
And it was Lana Turner's costume. And
Right.
The Postman Always Rings
Right,
twice.
that's right, okay.
And he found the costume that I had, and he was wearing it, and he looked much better than me. So it was over when your boyfriend looks better.
So you
in
walked
your-
in on him wearing
Yes.
your dress.
Yes.
And I mean,
shorts.
and were you
It was
like,
over.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, it was like it was over because he looked better. He looked better.
Right.
I have to move.
Did
this
you think
closer
that
to
he
the
was gay?
No, but there's a lot of people who
I
dress
know.
in
What is
women's
that with the
clothes.
straight men that dress in women's clothes?
Well, sometimes, we need to get in touch with our feminine side, and that's one way of doing it.
I know, but
because you put
it's
on
like
a dress
they hate
and
women. I feel like a lot of straight men do not, I mean, and there's gay men who hate women too, but it's like, you sit there like all these white guys telling us,
But Esther Williams told
Yeah.
me she walked up in on her husband,
really
and he was wearing
her bathing suit.
it was wearing a dress of hers and a blouse and skirt, and she said to him, because she was very witty,
Right.
she said stripes and polka dots and flowers don't go together. That's all she said to him.
Did they remain
Lex
married?
Barker, he was a very sexy guy.
Wow.
In the movies. Yes.
Did they stay married?
No. She had a lot of men.
Wow.
She was married to Fernando Lamas.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, at MGM, these men all married
Right.
the same woman.
So
we have more questions whenever.
okay, wait a minute. I just have to. So Marilyn Monroe was in your acting class.
Yeah. She was beautiful. She was really beautiful. And I wanted to be her. I
Really?
wanted to be her, and I told her I wanted to be her. And she didn't think there was anything wrong with that. She didn't say, you want to be me?
Right. Like I would be. What? No, you don't. No,
you'd say you want to be you.
Right. So, what was she like? Did you know? She was at Lee Strasberg, right?
Yeah.
Was she already a star?
Yes, she was a huge star, but she was not respected because she was in movies, and they just said, she's a dumb blonde, and
Right.
it doesn't take anything to do.
Right. Did you think she was dumb?
No.
She's Jewish, by the way. That's why I'm doing that, because she married Arthur Miller and converted.
That's what I said. She converted.
Yes.
She told me she wished she was Jewish.
Really?
And I had an interview with the Jewish Forward, or what magazine
Right.
was it? And they said to me, did she really wish she was Jewish? I said, yeah, she converted.
Right.
What is that?
I know.
I think everybody wants to be Jewish.
You do?
Absolutely.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Even the Jew haters?
Yes, that's why they hate them, because it's something they don't feel they can really attain. They don't feel they can attain the talent, the creativity, the intellect of Jews.
Neurosis. Also, Elvis was Jewish. Did you know that?
No.
Yes. One of his grandparents, his
Wow.
mother's father, or one of them, and he has a Jewish star on his grave.
Oh, that explains a lot.
It does?
Yes, about his mother.
Yeah.
He had a big mother thing.
Yeah.
That's why he really couldn't have relationships
Right.
with women. He had a big mother thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, I have to look at my notes.
Pam
Sorry.
Caskell wants us to ask you about Merv Griffin
Oh,
and your
yes, so-
experience on his show in the 60s.
So you and Joe, how long you were together? A year, and then you got married,
No,
right?
6 months.
6 months. I knew it was soon after. And you got married on the Merv Griffin show?
Merv paid for the wedding, yes.
He didn't air the wedding, or
He did. It was like a Rheingold wedding.
right?
You know, where you would have Italians and Jews singing and dancing. It was like a Rheingold wedding. And he said he'd do it if he could show it on the show.
Right.
And Joe, I was on his show and I was telling him about the relationship. I said, I'm going out with this guy, and he's Italian, and we went to Tavern on the Green, and they asked me if I wanted what kind of a wedding, and I said chicken, and they said it was $25 a person.
Wow.
And then they said, do you want chairs? And I said, that's a lot, we can't afford it. He said, let me give you the wedding here. I said, oh, what a great idea. And Joe was in the audience going, no, no. And afterwards on the street, I had an argument with him. He said, why would we get married on I said, first of all, it's free.
Jew.
We can't afford it.
Right.
2, your family and my family's against the marriage, but
Right.
if they're on television and
They'll act happy. Oh, that's smart. That's very smart.
So that's where he agreed with me. That's where he agreed with me.
That's so great.
Romeo and Juliet had it all wrong.
Yeah.
This week's episode of It's Judy's Show with Judy Gold is sponsored by BetterHelp. And if you know me, which I think you do because you're listening to my podcast right now, you know that I am a big advocate for therapy. I think it benefits everyone. I think there's so many people who need it, who don't partake. It is so important for your emotional health and well-being. Therapy is fantastic. It is in every stretch of the imagination. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, please do it. But please give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online. It's designed to be convenient. It's flexible. It suits your schedule. You fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. I have switched therapists in my life. I've had many, many therapists, and sometimes it's not a great fit for you, but don't give up. Therapy is beneficial. You can learn about yourself, you can process, and just be emotionally healthy. I'm telling you, do it. BetterHelp is great because, when I used to schlep to my therapist's office, it was so annoying. You have to do, and you sit there and you wait, and then I'm telling you, doing it online is fantastic. And BetterHelp is amazing. I know a lot of people who've used it. So if you're thinking about therapy, go to BetterHelp.com. Let the gratitude flow. This is Gratitude Month, people. So you need to let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/JudyGold, JudyGold, today, and you will get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/JudyGold. You're welcome.
You worked with Grace Kelly.
Yes.
What was
I
she
didn't
like?
work with her.
Or you just knew? Were you friends with
met
her?
Yes. And
And gorgeous.
Gorgeous. I asked her she was practically anorexic when I know her. And I asked her for her diet, and it was yogurt and water. She ate.
Yogurt and water.
Yeah, that'll keep you thin.
Ugh, I'd kill myself.
No, I had yogurt today.
Okay, but not just yogurt and water.
No, yogurt and peaches I had for
Oh, I
breakfast.
enjoy peaches.
For dessert.
Les.
Cary Grant.
I was an extra in a movie in Central Park with him, and I sat down next to him. I say close enough to smell his cologne and his lunch. And years later, I went to the Grace Kelly Monaco ball.
Right.
And I said to Joe, every time Cary Grant gets up to dance, I want you to get up and dance with me, and we have to get very close to him. And he said, how close do you want to get? And I said, to smell his cologne. And we always did. That's how
You
I
just
was-
smelled Cary Grant's cologne.
cologne. Oh my God.
Was he so handsome?
Oh my God. You know who else was handsome? Anthony Quinn.
Oh yeah, he was very handsome.
I met him at the Academy Awards where we were nominated.
Right.
And Joe and I were first married then. And I was so starstruck. I still am. That I said, oh, Mr. Quinn, I want you to meet my husband, Joe, below. I couldn't think of the rest of his name. And Joe said, nya.
That's hilarious. Joan Crawford.
My mother and I went backstage to get her autograph. And my mother said, she did this with everybody. She was on first names basis. She'd say, Joan Frida. That's what she did with everybody.
And
Perry Como, Frida.
oh,
Dame Judith Anderson, Dame Frida.
was she so proud of you?
Was she so proud of me? Oh, yeah. Because when we were doing Lovers and Other Strangers, she came backstage and she said to David Susskind, he said, I'm very interested in doing this play. And my mother said, $250,000. And he said, where'd you get that number? She says, look, it's witty, it's trenchant, it's today, it's pithy. That's how she would talk.
Oh, that's
She
so
talked like,
awesome.
Yeah, movie reviews.
Oh, I
That's how
love
she
that. Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando. Wow. He came to class, and I sat
He was
down.
in your class?
Yeah, they all came. Jimmy Dean, they all came.
Wow.
I sat down next to him, and I said, are you going to leave me alone?
What did he say?
I'm not doing anything. I said, I know, why not?
What about James?
You little minx.
What about James Dean?
Oh, I saw in The Immoralist. You're too young. How old are you?
55.
Really, you look much younger.
Really?
Yeah.
I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you.
Maybe you saw Jimmy Dean then, did you? In The Immoralist.
No, I don't remember.
He didn't have any lines,
Uh-huh.
and he took the play. He was playing the lover of Louis Jourdan.
Mm-hmm.
He was a young Arab boy, and he just sat down and looked at him through the whole play. And whenever Louis Jourdan got up, he would get up and walk. That's all I could say is he looked at him. He went just through a whole lifetime.
And no lines.
No lines, and it really taught me you don't need any lines to steal the play. You don't need any lines. It's true what Stanislavski said. There are no small parts.
You know,
Only
like
small
even I
parts.
saw Three Tall Women. Did you see Three Tall
Yes,
Women?
yes.
And the son that comes in and no
Yeah.
lines.
Yes, he was wonderful.
He was amazing.
He was amazing, but how about, what's her name?
Oh my God, she was otherworldly.
Awesome.
I mean,
Awesome. But, you know, I saw her at Orso's.
yeah.
And she kept going out for cigarettes. Could
No.
you imagine? Yes. I thought,
How old
can
is she?
80-something.
Yeah,
How can
83.
You, how can you smoke and do a
I
part
know.
like that?
And she's doing something
King
else.
Lear,
She's
King
doing
Lear.
what is her name? Who are we talking?
What's her name?
Oh my God.
Glenda Jackson.
Glenda Jackson, that's right.
Famous
Yes.
Fleeting.
Yeah. Famous Fleeting. Okay, wait a minute.
Buddy Williams wants to tell Ms. Taylor that Made for Each Other was comedy gold.
Aw,
Yeah, Made for Each
Agreed.
Other. You wrote that with your
Joe,
husband.
Joe.
Yeah.
Is that your real name, Gold, or did you
Yes.
just take
Real
it?
name. This is interesting. So I'm Gold. My father was Harold Gold. My mother's maiden name was Ruth Goldberger. Her mother, Dorothy, her maiden name was Greenbaum, Dorothy Greenbaum. She became Dorothy Goldberger. And her mother, Hannah, her maiden name was Goldberger as well. So my parents were second cousins. My grandparents were second cousins.
Wow.
That's why I'm gigantic. So it went Goldberger, Greenbaum, Goldberger, Gold.
Wow.
I'm so Jewish.
I thought maybe Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, they look alike.
Still your name.
Yeah, Karen Johnson. Okay, so you are taking acting. You're getting booked, but you're writing with Joe, correct?
Yeah.
And
He was the reluctant one. I said, "Why don't you write with me?" He'd say, "No, I'll do it, but off the record." And I said, "No, you have to put your name on it." And
Right.
He said, "Why?" I said, "You have to take responsibility with me. I'm not going to be out there alone."
Renee Taylor and others. Yeah. You co-wrote Lovers and Other Strangers, which is
Our first play together.
Right.
And then we did it on Broadway, and we nominated for an Academy Award, and we said, "This is so easy."
the Oscar after you made it into a film.
Yeah. We said, "This is easy. Show business. Why do people say it's hard?"
How old were you?
32.
32. Yeah, that's when it's good. It's good in your 30s, and then all of a sudden, shit. How old were you when you had your first child?
I didn't want to have a baby because I was afraid I wouldn't be a good mother.
Right.
So he said, Joe believed in me. He said, "Yes, you will." And I had these dreams that I gave birth to a poodle, a black poodle.
Uh-huh.
And I remember when my son was born, my psychiatrist said, "See, I'm glad you had a real baby."
Oh, my God. What does that mean, a black poodle? Did you ever figure that out?
It means something good, actually.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have that dream. All right. So then you have, how did motherhood change the trajectory of your career? Did you end up staying home and being a mom?
It changed my career because it gave you perspective. You really
Right.
saw. I got pregnant when we were doing Lovers and Other Strangers
Right.
on Broadway.
Right.
And it was like, who cares about the play? I'm having a baby. We
Right.
were like the first people who ever had a baby. That's how we acted.
Right.
I remember going to the hospital and yelling out, "We're having a baby!" Like we're having a baby.
Right.
No one else is having a baby but us. And so it just really relaxed me, and I really didn't care as much about things as I used to. It used to be like somebody would say, "It's only a play." I'd say, "Only
Right.
a play?"
Right. It's so, I mean, having kids, I have 2 children, but the focus isn't you anymore. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
it does give you a whole other life that's,
You
you
see
know,
what's
like
important.
yeah, and that they,
How old are yours?
Ben is going to be 17 next week,
You're kidding.
and Henry's going to be 22 in September.
Oh my God.
I know. I can't believe it.
And
I can't
were
believe
you
it. Goes-
always a comedian?
Yeah, I never did anything else.
And
How bad is
how
that?
did it change you?
Well, I was obsessed with my career, and then, I mean, I'm still upset. Like, I still want to work, and but my happiest times are with them. Like that's,
Yeah.
I mean, like nothing compares to hanging out with my kids. Nothing. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah. My son is a writer, director.
Gabriel.
Gabriel. He's going to be doing a Holocaust movie now. He worked every day. He went to NYU and did Holocaust studies. I said, to
I
him,
love him.
"Are you crazy? How can
Right.
you do Holocaust studies
Right.
all day long? This is so upsetting."
Right.
Why? Why do you want to study about
Right.
the Holocaust? A son that comes from 2 comedians.
Right.
Why? And he said, "'Cause I'm going to start crying." He said, "'Cause I want to understand."
Wow. You created that. That came out of you.
I don't know why. We were always funny around the house, but not funny enough for him.
Right.
He was-
So is he doing? He's doing a movie, like a documentary, or no actors and.
Oh, a big.
I have to be in that. I could be a German guard.
You could.
right? I could be like the tall Nazi.
You could, but you
That's
have
your
to-
own movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
The tall
Get
Nazi.
in there. Get in there. What is your name? What is your name? Huh?
No. So
You know Brenda Barr, the Maurice and
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good movie.
you have to
Wow.
do this line. So they called me concentration camp Earnhardt. Do you remember what that's
So
from?
they called me from the producers, no?
No, it was
Wait.
from To Be or Not to Be. with
Oh,
Jack
yeah.
Benny. Yeah.
Get in there. What is your name? You look Jewish. You have curly hair. All right. So, you have kids, but did you work while they were little babies?
When I was breastfeeding, I was in A New Leaf, and Elaine May said, "Oh,
I love her.
I love her."
I love her so much. And her daughter.
55 years I know her.
No.
I was in her daughter's first play. I played the queen in Rumpelstiltskin with Gina Berlin. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's how
Your
long I know
career
her.
is fucking unbelievable.
And she played Ava Braun.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I played Ivy
You
Braun.
did it. You did play Ava Braun in The Producers.
Yes.
Did you talk like this?
Yeah.
When I saw Mel Brooks a couple of months ago, he said, "Did I ever thank you for being in The Producers?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, I thank you now." He said, "I remember your audition. After 300 girls, you came in," and he imitated what I did when
Right.
I auditioned for him. Ich liebe nicht. Ich liebe nicht. And he remembered that after like 45
That's
years. He
unbelievable.
remembered my audition. Yeah.
The New York Times once said that you have the body of a sausage or the figure of a sausage.
Oh my God! Once I had a fight with my son, and he pulled that on me.
He did not.
Yes, he did.
It's like you were fighting and he said, "Will you have a figure like a sausage?"
I said, "No, I don't." He said, "The New York Times said you did."
You know what Henry did, my older son?
Love
they
this.
This is true too. That they named a sandwich after me at the Carnegie Deli years ago.
Oh.
So
Which one? So I'll
it
know
was
which
all they closed.
one. Oh.
Yeah.
So-
they were stealing oil.
They were from another building. All right, so mine was all dairy because I was like everyone does meat, so I did a bagel, cream cheese, creamed onions, slice it. Oh, lox, creamed onions, slice of tomato, and creamed herring on the side.
Oh.
And they called it the Goldilocks. Anyway,
Oh, where do you get it now?
and when I go buy bagels and I go to Barney Greengrass and buy my shit. All right.
Only
Anyway,
in
so
Judy's kitchen.
yeah, in my kitchen. So I remember Henry was home after he came home from school, and I was like, "Oh my God, they're going to name a sandwich after me at the Carnegie Deli." I'm so excited. And he said, "Oh, what are they going to call it? The Who's Judy Gold?"
Oh my God. That's as good as a sausage.
I know. So I was like, A, you're not in trouble because it made me laugh, and B, I'm putting it in my ad.
That's funny.
I know, wasn't that good?
Yeah.
Okay, so and then you have a daughter as well who's a musician. Is she?
No. I
She
call his wife my daughter.
Oh, okay.
She's my daughter-in-law.
Okay.
She's a
ZZ?
music. Yes, she's a music.
Is she Jewish?
No. Well, she
What?
could be. She could be.
How about how you don't even care that much? I love that.
No,
Okay.
she could be because she's part Greek,
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
part Brazilian. I mean, we're all Jewish. Everybody's
That's
part
right.
Jewish.
Right.
That's
Except
how
for
I look
David
at it.
Duke. So,
I bet he is. I bet that's
yeah,
his
he's
problem.
a fucking asshole.
They let you say asshole.
Oh,
on
I
the
could say
radio?
whatever I want.
Really? Do they
Let
cut
it rip.
out?
No, it's a podcast.
Oh.
Uh-huh. You could say whatever you want. I mean, on Apple it says, strong language.
We have an explicit rating.
Yeah, explicit. First of all, the fucking president can say whatever the hell he wants. He makes
Wait a second. Is he still president?
Yes, he's still
Today.
today.
What's today? What time is it? I
If
always
he
have to check.
if
Great
he
question.
can make Andrea Mitchell say pussy on national television, then
Don't forget to tune in next week to Just Kill Me Now.
Just kill me.
Oh. Don't forget to turn. for part 2 on Just Kill Me.
No, it's not. It's
Just Kill Me.
No.
Judy Gold's Just Kill Me.
Kill me now.
Just kill me now.